Do you suffer from neck pain right at the base of the skull? Or maybe a headache that starts at the base of the skull and wraps over to the temple or to the forehead? My name is Dr. Robin Armstrong. I'm a chiropractor at Willowbrook Chiropractic in Langley, and today I'm going to show you a few stretches to address that area. Now, there are a few muscles that attach in there, and I'm going to show you a few different ways to stretch them. So the first muscle we want to talk about is the sternocleidomastoid muscle, which is this meaty muscle at the front of our neck. Now, it has an attachment at our collarbone, and then it wraps up just behind our ear at the base of our skull. So to stretch it, if I want to stretch my left side, I can actually pull down on the skin underneath my collarbone. I'm going to tilt my head away, turn it towards, and then tilt it up towards the ceiling. Now, you might feel the stretch in the belly of the muscle, or you might feel it right up underneath the skull where you feel the tension. Either way, you're accessing that tense, tight muscle. So hold that for at least 30 seconds. The other muscle that attaches up behind the skull is the levator scapulae. So it attaches from the shoulder blade and then up underneath the traps, up to behind the skull. And then we also have our upper trapezius muscles, our shrugging muscles, and they often are tight too, and they attach up there as well. So we can kind of stretch them together. So you're going to let your shoulder hang. If I'm stretching my left side, I'm going to look towards my right and then look down towards my right hip. Let the shoulder hang, dropping it away, and then you can add a bit of a chin tuck to really get that underneath the skull part. Again, hold it for at least 30 seconds. Another way we can get into the muscles behind the back of the skull is by doing some chin tucks. Now, I find it's helpful to have the feedback from the wall. So with hips against the wall, shoulders against the wall, ideally with palms open, and then we tuck our head or press our head against the wall. Now, often our normal position is kind of like this, which is why this gets shortened. We kind of get slouchy, chin juts forward. So we're going to reverse that by pressing the back of the head into the wall. Then you're going to tuck your ribs in, engaging your core so that we're not compensating anywhere else. Palms are open, chin tucks. So you can just kind of tuck and release if you want, or you can hold the tuck and then maybe even do a little bit of rotation when you're in this tucked position, maybe a little side bending in this tucked position. You're going to find that it actually feels a little different than you're used to. So either holding it for 30 seconds in that tuck, or just, slowly moving every 3 seconds into different positions. Another way we can release the muscles behind the base of the skull is by using a hand towel. Now, it helps if that hand towel is a little bit longer than usual. You're going to tuck it behind the base of the skull. If I want to stretch my left side, I'm going to drop my right hand. I'm going to kind of pull on that right side. And the left arm is going to actually pull the head to the left. And the angle of the towel is kind of along the angle of the eye, like up on an angle. So I'm dropping my right arm, pulling with the left, and then I can reverse it. Drop the left arm, pull with the right. And I find this to be a nice way to release that tension behind the skull. This is also helpful if you have jaw pain, of course, if you suffer from headaches, if you've experienced a whiplash. All of these exercises can help release that tension that can be a little bit grating when it's right behind the base of the skull. Now, if you find that this isn't really relieving it, or if you need to book in with us for treatment, it's just not going away, you can book online at willowbrookchiropractic.com. If you have any questions about what I've talked about here today, please feel free to ask myself, Dr. Robin Armstrong, or Dr. Jody Freedman. We're always happy to help.